Let's get this show started. Welcome to Bathurst. We are now in Australia. This track is just unbelievable. We saw some really great racing here yesterday in the Porsche Cup. We had Derek Bird and Chris Bourne were fighting it just to the end. You know, in the last turn, it was unsure who would actually claim their victory, and Derek Bird took the Porsche championship by that win. So Mount Panorama, it opened in the 30s. They had a lot of local racing on local roads around here, which is kind of common. We've seen that in other places in England as well. And then it formed into a racetrack. And part of this is public road when there's no race. So this opened 1938. Total length is 6.2 kilometers. And we had two long straights. We have the Conrad Straight, 1.9 kilometers, and the Mountain Straight, 1.1 kilometers. And the difference between the lowest and the highest point is 174 meters. The highest point is 862 above sea level. So pretty unbelievable, this track. Let's look at the standing right now. We have Radislav in the lead, 524 points. And given that you get 60 points for a win here, anything can happen. Don Queen is in second place. Then Richard McKay in third place, 396. Bruce Hopkins, 389. And fifth place, we have Ollie Linnortner. So anything can happen. Mappe Kansund had a really good showing last race at Suzuka, was it right? He did P3, and Dimitri Statis was P2 last race, and he has not placed that well in the whole season. So this is the penultimate race for the season. We have Paul Ricard is the next and the last race, which is next weekend. So today's a double header, as you know. We do first we do Group 2, and then we do Group 1. So it's a double header, and the other race going to be Stream 2 by Mike Malesky. It's going to start at 1:30 today, Central US time. So qualifying have started. We are rolling. I want to thank our sponsors too, Syndeo, Sim3D, and Castle and Cauldron. Thank you guys for support. We can be found at Pitwall and SIMGRID. There we go. Cars are rolling. I'm focusing here on Mr. Abben. Mark Abben. I don't think we have seen him before. Possibly, actually, I recognize. Yeah, he's been racing before. I'm sorry, we've seen him before. So great to see. We have a lot of new racers joining. Hopefully, we're going to see a lot of racers for the next season. We have 27 cars on track today, which is a great showing. Group 2. We will see who is going to have the fastest time today. So Mount Panorama is not an easy track, as everyone knows that has been driving this one. As we're coming down, which we're following here, Mark Abbe in his Mercedes looks really good coming down the hill. And this doesn't matter if you're in the lead or if you're the last. You can screw up here, and just a little too much of a move on your wheel, and you will be in trouble and hit the wall or something like that. And if you get sideways, or God forbid you get actually turned around, it's going to be really, really difficult. So hopefully we won't have any big accidents, people behaving in the start. So let's get into the cockpit here with Arthur Caston-Gay driving his BMW down the hill here. We want to stay tight and get over on the left side and then point into this corner here and just roll down, start to brake, the tight right-hander and then tight left-hander in this little dip. He gets a little wobbly there, and then you come down and you want to brake and just swing around this to just maximize your momentum as you come out of that turn and get on the throttle just as quick as possible. And then we have the long straight, and we're gonna look at the track map here in a little bit, get a little overview of the track. So if you're on the chat, watching the stream, let me know that you can hear me and so on and so forth. And if you are on the chat, just please do a thumbs up on the video if you're on YouTube and so on. I'm gonna post the link to Pitwall Live, and you can watch the Twitch stream there and also see the more detailed timing than what you get on the screen. If you're new to eSeniors, I'm pasting the link as well to eSeniors website. We're a group of people, actually several hundred, I think we're like 350 members in total. We are racers driving with PCs, ACC, GT3 racing. We also have GT4 racing. If you want to connect with us and get H verified, we have our Discord and Facebook links on the website. You get H verified and you can drive with us. We have championships as well as just the regular fun races if you don't want to commit to a championship or you just want to feel us out. So it would be great to see you. We have new drivers joining basically every week. So super excited for the new season, what that's going to bring. New drivers, fast drivers. We have some really, really fast drivers in Group 1. We have fast drivers in Group 2 that are going to be promoted to Group 1 for next season. Starting to get some times on the board. Mr. Hopkins did a 2:47. We're gonna see much faster times than that while we're going through here. Derek Bird, the Porsche Cup champion, is on the stream. Thanks for joining, Derek. Great to see you. Really enjoyed your racing yesterday. It's very, very nice, very exciting. But very clean driving too. There was really no incidents at all. Not too many cars on track, but they were close racing and very, very clean. That's a testament to the quality of the racing at the eSeniors. The Don Queen sits in P2 right now. Don Queen is a P2 in the championship. Bruce Hopkins is a P4, so he certainly want to try to harvest some points here to maybe end up in the top 3 of the championship. And he's so close. Like I said, the points, the scoring is such that you get 66 for a win, 60 for P2, and 55 for P3. So there's a lot of points to get when you race. And if someone gets a failure or something like that, or have an accident in this race, anything could happen. So you really want to stay on your game and just hit your marks. Because something may change in front of you, so don't give up. Daniel Britos is up in P2 right now, 2:05.2. We have a 15-minute qualifying, which isn't that long on this track because it's easy just to screw up somewhere and you have to throttle all the way back. You don't get too much time to put your best time in. Let's get into the cockpit. It's nice. Someone yielding there for him, which is nice. So he's down on his time, so he's not going to do that much with that. Let's get with Banks. He's up on his time. He's 3.5 seconds behind the leader. He's up half a second. Maybe he can climb a little bit. He sits in P15 right now. Good progress up here. He's up 0.7 right now. Like I mentioned, this is a tough track. If you don't get it right as you go down the mountain, you're going to lose a lot of time. You can also gain a lot of time if you get this right. There you go out to the left and then point yourself in. So important to get the nose right on the car. So just tight on the left here, this little dip. Straight braking, you don't want to brake and turn because then you're going to really turn around. So he's up 1.5 here. Let's see, that would push him up maybe in the P10 even. Good progress. It's the Banks. See where he sits in the championship. Yeah, see, he hasn't had the top 10 finish yet. He had done a couple of P11s. So he certainly wants to make something happen in this race. Ollie is in P2 right now. Let's see, Banks up point. It's almost up 2 seconds, and that gives Banks a P7. Great qualifying round by Banks. Let's see, who else can we see? I want to look at the... who should we look at? Let's look at Tennant coming up here. He's up half second. He's 5.3 behind the leader. So he's further in the back. Drives right now in P21. Oh, look at that. Did you see how he was flying there? It was some sort of a glitch. It looked very weird. Let's look up the field. So we have Caballero. Hugo Caballero is on quite a run right now. He's 1.3 after the leader. But with this run, he could actually get into... I'd say he can get the P3 out of this if he stays with it. Really good run. See where he ends up. Comes into the last corner. He lost a lot of time there, but he clinched a P5, preliminary P5 right now. Don is not on a hot lap. Britos improving a little bit on his time. He is about 3/10 behind Don Queen. He's losing that right now. Let's get over to Peter David. He'll finish his lap in his Nissan here soon. He's up 1.5 seconds. That would get him well into the P10, maybe even a P8. Maybe he can push Banks down from the P8. Let's see, he's at 1.6. Really good run. Hey, Mark Stevens, welcome. Thanks for joining. Hope you're doing well. As we see Peter David go into P8. Push Banks down. Statis, the winner from last race. I think I was right saying that. No, I'm sorry. He was P2 last race. Statis is up 0.2. It's up 0.3. So he is fighting to get into the top 5 with that time. Yeah, Derek, you're back. You had to carry that big trophy. So our status lost all his time there. That's what can happen. Let's follow Don a little bit. He's chasing provisional pole. We only have 2 minutes left. Chris. Don lost a lot of time. He's not going to do anything on that. Yeah, he's abandoning. David coming down the mountain, see if he can get good exits. He's up, 0.3. I lost a lot in the turn there. He was sliding. If he can recover on the straight. Kansen is way back. He was up. He's been very competitive lately. Maybe this is not his track. You really have to put in a lot of practice to get your lines correct. Taking me quite a bit to get comfortable with this. He is not gaining a little bit. Not going to make a difference. Jeremy's up 0.6 as he finishes his lap. He will have time for one more lap if he gets through cleanly. There we go. Jeremy Arobas into P10 or P9. Top 10 start for Jeremy Arobas. Very good, very good. Who else is running? Ballero. Just need 2/10 to push Ollie down to P5. See if he can gain. He has a different line there. He's going straight. Yeah, good progress down. Picking up some time. See how he's doing in the last turn. Scrubbing of the tires, losing time. Yeah, he didn't get the good exit there. He's losing all the time that he harvested down the mountain. That's the challenge here, you know. It's so easy just to lose everything as you come down to the very last turn there. It's super frustrating. So he's behind. Let's see where Ollie is. He's coming down. He's up 0.2. So he could get into P3 with this. There's the checkered flag for the qualifying. Couple of guys still on a good run. Britos sits in P3. Caballero. Ollie lost a lot of time there. A lot of people lose time in that little chicane. Picks up a little time there. Now he's still in P5. So he is done. Yeah, qualifying is done. Hopkins P1, Don Queen P2 and P3 Britos and then Caballero. So strong showing by Caballero. He's in P10 in the championship. He has a P5 as his best in the championship so far. So great run by Caballero. Let's do the track walk. Let's look at that one real quick. On my groove. Okay, animation starting. Coming down the main straight into Hell's Corner. And then we have this mountain straight here, which is 1.1 kilometer. Coming into Griffins. This is actually Griffins Bend. They have really messed up the names here. Going through the cutting and Frog Hollow and all these weird names. And the skyline is right there. Going through the S's, Dipper. And then the elbow, Forest Elbow, and this is called Conrad Strait. They have the wrong name on the animation here. Hanger Strait, that's Silverstone. and into the chase, where it's very easy to lose time, and the Murray's corner. So that's that's Mount Panorama for you. Let's go back to the game stream. We look at the cars. Get ourselves into Helicam. Yeah, bomb hell section. Well, oh, someone left from top 4. That's Britos. Britos was up there. What's up with that? Did he get disconnected? I was racing yesterday in another league, Friday night stuff, and I got disconnected. Super frustrating, and then, you know, you can't come in and join during the race. Yeah, Daniel has gone. So, here's Hopkins. Don Queen next to him on row 1. Caballero, great showing. Lynn Ortner, Ollie. And Antonio Ferreira. I think I'm missing his livery or something. Statis, Peter David, and Jeremy Arrobas, and Banks, and Heim from Germany, good showing, P10. Roberto Bando in P11, and here's McKay, Canada. Odette, and Radislav, their leader right now in the championship, so he needs to make something happen today to not lose too much. Here's Thomas, Regnier, and Shannon, Kavak, Langlois from France. Next to him, also from France, Philippe Sauvage, Lee Ellis, and Mr. Tennant. That's Frederick, and Mileski. And always good to see Frank Tennant on track. We love Frank, and we wish him all the health in the world. And Arthur Castongay, Kansen from Sweden, and Mr. Abben in that great-looking Mercedes. I really need to start to drive the Mercedes. It just looks so awesome. Here we go. Here's the start. Rolling start. 50-minute race. And halfway, we're gonna have pit stop. It's mandatory tires. We saw at the Porsche Cup yesterday that the tires started to cause problems in the end of the race. But this time we have pit stops here. So at the pit stop, I love the pit stop, because it always puts another spin to it. And here's the start. Hopkins really getting a really poor showing on the start, and Don is a good starter, so he just peeled away there. Unbelievable. Caballero in P3 and Ollie sits there in P4. We have a little Savage and Tennant got into it in the back, but overall, oh, this is interesting. Let's see how they do as they come into the turn. Oh, we have what happened here? We had a lot of people side by side. Oh, a lot of yellow on the track right now. Oh, someone had spun in front of there. Was that Langlois? Unfortunate. So it seems to we had a lot of carnage in the back. Sorry to see that. Top cars managed to get through. A little bit more congested back here. See how they're doing down the mountain. Such a good view, this. So hectic. Just panning back to see how everyone is doing. Mr. Heim from Germany is in the garage. I think he was the one that got sideways somehow, and had a lot of follow-up accidents from that. So here's a Robust chasing Statis, and behind him Abando looking really racy, want to get into Murray Quarter. Oh, he always get locked out there. Banks just did not want to anything of that. Or was it Shannon? No, it was Banks. Banks really closed the door. Let's see what goes on down here. It was Sabash, Kansen. Kansen started the last, so he has gained a lot of position, probably from the carnage. Looks like Benny Heim is sitting in the pits. I'm not sure he will come out. Let's see, Obando Banks here. That seems to be a very competitive situation. Let's look to see how Obando is doing from the inside. Have to remember also, you can't really race that hard until your tires are warm on this mountain. I think the ambient temperatures here are pretty okay, 24 and 26. Should be possible to... Obando is clearly faster than Banks coming down. See if he can get good momentum in the last turn. Swing out. He's opening that turn wide. But that Audi is crazy. I don't know if you noted, but out of the top 5 cars in the championship, 3 of them are Audis. He has a good run here. He's going to do an inside. Shannon behind really overcooked it. Maybe he had too much eye on Obando. He's losing the position to Thomas. Odette is also in the pits. Obando got a good run on Banks now. In the last turn came out of Murray's like that out of hell. Speaking about hell, here's Hell's Corner. Obando is running away now. Let's look at Peter David on Ferreira. Peter David looking racy in his Nissan, thinking twice about doing a pass there in the corner by late braking, which is probably a good idea. Coming out the mountain, we saw some great passing in the race yesterday, where you take an out kind of inside line there if the guy in front of you is going a little bit wide. That's what you have to do. You just have to run close, not too close, but then just be ready to capitalize on the mistakes. That's the... Can't challenge too much. And certainly don't do any passing as you come down the mountain. So Ferreira is very close to Ollie. Ferreira, the top 5 for him would be really a good showing. Gonna see what Ferreira where has been. Yeah, he hasn't had the top 5, so he can stay with this. That would be a good, his best result in the championship so far. It's great to see. This is the closest right now. Looks like Ollie had a little lagging there. He was jumping around a little bit, the car was. Peter David is lurking behind in the Nissan. Let's get in the cockpit of the Nissan. Eric Langlois has passed Joe Bekavac for P14. David got a good run out of that corner. Powering out on the straight. And Ferreira is going to make a move. No. Oh, there was a car on the side there. What was that about? It's a yellow car on the side. Is that Vischerek? Vischerek is not having a good race back in P24. I think the stewards might get a little bit busier depending on the reporting after this race. Kansen just up to P17 right now. Let's go up to Hopkins, starting to gain on Queen. Caballero behind him, 2 seconds behind. Great showing by Caballero, and unfortunately Daniel Britos. He says the server failed. Oh. This race shouldn't be counted, he said. Wow. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Mr. Britos, Daniel. But those things happen. Bruce is getting warmed up now, really getting contact with Don. Let's look down the field a little bit. Here's a fight battle for P11. Shannon. Let me quickly just check on Vischerek. He's behind there. Oh, he's way behind now. He's 1 lap behind. Benny's out on track, so that's great. He got a lot of damage. So I'm happy to see him. Mr. Abel, one of the new drivers. Great to see that he's up on track. Oh, Shannon and Rainier. Very close. Meanwhile, Bruce Hopkins, fastest lap to 5:1. Yeah, this track is in Australia. And Thomas in front, he's catching up with Banks as well, so this could be interesting. Getting very tight. Yeah, this track is in Australia, New South Wales in Australia. 174 meters between the highest and lowest points on the track. I think that's pretty impressive. Let's see Sauvage chasing up Maleski. Horse versus BMW. And on that, we also have Shannon here. He's really trying to reach Thomas. Behind him we have McKay. Looks like Don is able to separate himself a little bit from Bruce Hopkins. Hugo Caballero still in P3. Great showing by Hugo Caballero. If he gets a P3 here, it's good. That's his best result. So let's follow him and see how he's doing. Hopefully he's going to be able to continue his pace. He's lapping about equal with the guys behind him, so he needs to pick up the pace to stay that way. But only is two seconds behind him. Oh, Shannon. He got a little oversteer just as I switched the camera. So now Regner is up on Banks. Yeah, this is his home turf, you know. Hopkins. Out on the straight here. This is Audi versus Audi. Like I mentioned before, out of the top 5 in the championship, 3 of them are Audis. So there's no surprise we have 2 Audis on top here. Statis, the other Audi, he's down in P7. Scanning down the leaderboard here, make sure I'm not missing any action. Okay, Bruce just improved his fastest lap, 2:04.3. Let's see if I can find what the qualifying best time. Yeah, 2:03.9 was the best qualifying time. 2:03.9. So let's see what we see in the group 1 today. We see in the 2:02s when the aliens start to run. Oh, Savage had an accident. What happened? Oh, oversteer. Easy to do here. Ferreira. Something happened for Ferreira. Let's see if we can catch him. What happened? Ferreira was sitting up good up there in the tops. 5, 6, I think it was. Oh! That looked bad. Did he just catch the curb and just mauled himself? Wow. Yeah, just getting in there to get the repairs done. Now we have a delta of 3 seconds. Now Caballero sits in P3 still, but Ollie is catching up to him. We should see the pit should open here in just 15 seconds, I believe. McKay up to P11, just past Shannon. Hanson doing good work. P16 gained a lot of positions after starting, I think he was starting basically last. Really well done. Shannon goes into the pits now. Pereira still sits in the pits, probably had a lot of repair to be done. Look a little bit here. We have, I think that's a lapped car behind. That could be Vishrak trying to unlap himself, following Obando. Jeremy Arobas just in front. Yeah, it's Vishrak behind, trying to unlap himself. Oh, Hopkins is now up on Queen again. It seems like he's often catch him after the mountain. Oh, putting a lot of pressure. Hopkins is. Let's look from the cockpit. Pit window is open. 50-minute race, so 25-minute would be half the race time, and that's probably when we're gonna start to see pit. Let's see, Jeremy Arobas was making a pass, I believe. Let's see a little replay of that. Stat is in front of him. Coming up, doing inside, braking late in Hell's Corner. Well done. And Obando is trying to capitalize from that. Not successful. But he's getting a lot of pressure from Statis now. And now Obando is trying to pass Statis. So Statis has to focus more on Obando, I believe, than Jeremy. Lee Ellis just went into the pits. Kansen finally passed Pennant for P14. Great job by Kansen from Sweden. Gained about 10 positions by now. Great racing. Look at Mr. Abben back here in P19, trying to reach Tennant. Look at the inside of Mr. Abben for a little bit. See how he's negotiating that mountain, coming down the catch Mr. Tennant, one of the Tennant twins. Yeah, fighting that corner to be able to turn here as well. Down to first gear. Sounds great, that car, doesn't it? Statis trying to do something here. Jeremy passed him, and now Statis really wants that position back. This is the fight for P6. Jeremy in P6 right now. Yeah, we are in Australia. Racing has been going on here since 1938 when this track opened. Parts of this track, actually this mountain route here is public roads and there's no race. I have a friend that's been racing, or not racing, but been driving this on a public road. Bando is behind Statis. Statis tries to fight with Jeremy. That's an opportunity for Robert. Let's jump back here. This is a very close combat as well. Kansen and the Kabak. Swinging around. Oh, a touch. Yeah, it is close up front. I'm keeping an eye on the action here. It's hard to... Okay, Obando just passed Statis. Good move there. Hopkins lost a little bit in the corner there. All of a sudden, he was like... He's gaining a lot down the mountain and on the straight, but then he loses it. Okay, Statis went into the pits. Banks into the pits. So now we start to see pit stops. McKay into the pits. Close to the halfway mark. Field has been spreading itself out now when we have people in the pits. Cancelled. Try to reach Bukavak, get up in the P10. Oh, Peter David. What happened here? He probably got caught on the curb. That's my guess. Comes down here. Oh yeah. Got a little oversteer. And this is the tricky part. You get the wrong way. Pointing the wrong way. What is AMS? Is that another racing game? Oh, Peter David has another problem. I missed that. Oh. Yeah. And now he's the other way around. And to turn here in this corner is unbelievable hard. Oh, you had to kind of do it. Oh, he's coming around. Oh. Yeah. Super difficult. He was able to do it though, but he lost a lot of positions. That's unfortunate. Automobilista. Is that good game? Good graphics and stuff? I haven't really heard about that one, I think. Automobilista. Played the round two. Okay, Obando in the pits. And Canson in the pits. Let's keep an eye on these top three here. We have Caballero, Hopkins, and Queen all together in a couple of seconds. Mileski, Peter David is in. Peter certainly need to do some repair, I would think. In a moment I'm gonna see what kind of times we're doing in the pits. Let's see who will blink first of the top drivers. Only starting to catch Mr. Caballero. All is pushing, the leader cars are still out. As we have just passed halfway. Hopkins is always catching Don. And then he kind of loses it as he come out the mountain. Come up the mountain. Goes a little bit on the curb. Jeremy's in the pits. So they are still doing good times, these guys. I mean, last time for Hopkins was 2:04. Last lap, Don did the 2:05. Caballero 2:06. Hopkins still sits with the best lap, 2:04.0. I think we have traffic in front of Queen. It's cancelled. Oh, Queen oversteer. Oh, unfortunate. Let's look at that real quick. Coming down here, everything looks good. And we got a little bit distracted. Unbelievable, and he's in such a bad position, and he backs out and hits Ollie. So he had enough buffer, so he only fell to P4. So this is his opportunity to go into the pits. I think he has damage. Yeah, damage on the side. So certainly this is time for him to go into the pits. That's my guess. See if he's gonna do that. No, he's not. He continues. Yes, he goes in. He goes in. Caballero, Hopkins in as well. Ollie is in as well. Don is in as well. So let's see what who comes out on top here. Hopkins was in the lead. So Don is sitting in the lead right now because he has the pit position, the very last pit position. How about that? Jumping up on the mountain, Banks. It's a battle for P12. Let's see if Hopkins comes out first. Yes, he does. Bayero is just dropped. Ollie should be next. He actually have he probably have damage. Yes, he has damage, so he's going to lose out on this. Don has damage too, I'm sure. Yeah, on the side. So let's see what happens. So that means Caballero driving in P2. And Statis has pits as well. So he's now up in P3. What a development. And Don is in P5. So he lost the position. He went in P4. So all the pit stops are cleared. Looks like Abben had a yellow. So while we are digesting that, let's see the statistics here. The pit stop time, a really good pit stop. Let's see if anyone had a good yeah, so a good pit stop would be about 1 minute. And looks like Mike Maleski had a really good pit stop. That's a 103. Actually, the best pit stop was Statis. So that explains that. He had a really good pit stop. That's how he jumped ahead of Don and Obando much faster. Robert Obando actually has the fastest in the speed trap, 283 kilometers, as well as Radislav. So Statis, from his starting position, he's up three positions, and Obando is up 7 positions. Big winner right now is Canson. He's up P10. Drives in P15. Started in P25. So yeah, that's why I like the pit stops, guys. Stuff happens, and Statis looks really racy. So I think we might see him. I mean, basically challenge here. See how he's doing here on Dawn. Oh, Banks went off. That means Canson is up yet another position. But Caballero is really the story here. He had a good qualifying. Hugo. He was started in P4. Peter David just passed Mike Meleski for a P17. Kansson continues to climb, has Bikavak. Oh, Tennant. Oh, look at that. I think he got disconnected. Look at him. Just went through the wall 2 times. Super weird. Jeremy, good showing in P6. He was P7 last race. P6 would be his best position so far in the championship. Hopkins comfortable, 10 seconds in front of Caballero. I think Hopkins is the guy to look at for the podium, certainly, unless something happens. Kansson now up on Bikavak here, very close. Ouch. Kavak must have missed his braking point completely. Gives Kansson P13. Now in the chase for Tennant in front of him. Speaking of Tennant, there's another Tennant, and it's Peter David. Peter David had a good run, but then he had an accident on the mountain. Pushed him back down to P17. Shannon is yellow. He's moving. Maybe not so fast. Oh, he looks like he's banged up. And there's Peter David. He passed. That's Mr. Tennant. And now try to reach Banks. So Banks has someone in front of him. Langlois went off. See if he can get back on track without interfering. Yeah, good job. This is the closest right now. People are really spread out right now. As we have 15 minutes left. It's Banks chasing Bikavak. Banks is P16 in the championship. His best placement in the championship races so far is a P11. We don't have too many incidents actually, just 8 incidents so far. I thought it would be much more, to be honest. It looked a little bit crazy in the beginning. So Statis, let's see if he can. Oh, he's going over the curbs there. Probably have yeah. Time to treat the cars with some armor all for the mountain. Yeah, you need to have like side plates and stuff so you can just bounce through there like a pinball game. Statis is not really doing progress to make anything happen here. Oh, we have a Tenant, had a yellow. So Canson, yet another position. Super strong showing by Canson, driving up the field. Scanning down the field to see how everyone's doing. Benneheim had a frustrating race, I'm sure. Doing good up the field, and then something happened. Not sure if that was a contact with someone or if it was self-induced. Yeah, he had a spin early on. And then another spin. So we had two accidents, so that can explain things. Mileski managed to pass Tenant right now. Give him some TV time. Abben up in P20. About 4 seconds. He's trying to unlap himself here. Who's behind him? Shannon. Okay, this Abbe. Okay, it's Caballero behind him. Okay, he wants to pass Caballero. Let's see how this works out. He has the blue flag, Abben. Caballero really wants him to yield. Hopefully he's doing that now because Statis is behind Caballero. Hopefully Abben is yielding. Yeah, he's yielding there. Good job. It's a yield for Statis too. Not doing that. That's unfortunate. I think Statis probably gets a little bit irritated on that. Oh, there we go. There's Statis. Abben in P20. So Abben is up P6 positions. Great job. Now he's getting a lot of traffic behind him. It's Obando. It's hard to yield here. It's not really, it's never a good place. This is a good place, good job, good thinking. Behind Obando we have, that must be Radislav coming. Want to unlap himself. Or, who is that? Let's see. Yeah, it's Radislav. Radislav is behind the Obando. See if Radislav is going to be able to unlap himself, if he's faster than Obando, which I think he is actually. Obando has no real... Oh, there's a car off there. That's Shannon. Was off in that corner. So, yeah, Obando doesn't have to yield. So Radislav just had to do the right thing and try to pass. Hey guys, don't forget to do a like if you want. Let's look at Savage coming down the mountain in front of Mr. Tennant. Oh, who is that? Frank Tennant. Closest battle right now, Hopkins in the lead, Caballero and Statis. Statis is not able to make any inroads. It's very even with Caballero right now. Ollie had a little yellow flag on him. Running in P7, Jeremy Arobas P6, great showing. That's his best showing in the championship so far. And Don Queen in P5. Had an unfortunate spin. Bando in P3 right now. That's a good showing for him. Let's see. Let's remind ourselves. Bando. That would be his best. No, P4. He had a P4 early on. Third race he had a P4, but lately he has not placed that high up. So really good showing for him. 6 minutes left. Tennant and Savage went into the pits. I think they got into a little kerfuffle. Hopkins is safe up there, 10 seconds. And Statis 2.5 seconds behind Caballero. So if we get we don't forget we're gonna do interviews afterwards. I don't think Caballero is on the mic, so we're gonna have Hopkins and Statis. If this, I don't want to jinx anything, but if that's happened. So here's Peter David. This is the closest right now on track. Nissan versus Porsche. Looks a little bit on the inside. Oh, great racing here. He's going to be able to push. Some traffic in front, maybe. No, that's Tennant actually, so that's for position. It'll be interesting development. 3 cars this close. Look at from the inside as David comes down the hill. You never know what happens around the corner. That's the thing. You have to pay attention to yellow flags and things. Went a little hot there. Okay, less than 4 minutes remaining on the race. Top 3 are still unchanged. Hopkins fastest lap, still 2:04.0. Looks like Frank have some damage in front. Is that Frank? No, it's not Frank. It's the brother, Frederick. Peter David have a good run on Kavak. Keeping an eye on the top of the standings. Make sure there's nothing happening. Right now, Hopkins, Caballero, and Statis. A bit quiet here. I'm trying to fix my podium graphic. The Ellis steaming down the back straight here. I'm trying to catch Langlois in the just within 2 minutes. Thomas chasing McKay. Battle for P8. Thomas have his best. Yeah, he was P9 and he's been doing a couple of top 10s. He has a pretty even track record. Thomas is really pushing now. A couple of other cars that are really racy. Ellis also coming up the mountain. Peter David's going to come up the mountain too. Really good run on Kavak. Is he going to do inside? Yeah, he's going to do inside. Late break inside. Oh, great pass. Beautiful. And Kavak, he got a little spin there. He had to recover and lost a lot of momentum. It's Peter David coming up on Tennant. Easy pass. Great racing. 2 positions in a very short period of time. Great racing by Peter David. Good to see. But Hopkins, he is the winner. He's on his last lap now. Make sure nothing happens. He did a comfortable 2:06.2 his last lap. Good effort today. Really, really nice. He got a really bad start, and Don Queen took the lead, but he claimed it. Oh, and here we see a little accident, probably. Let's look at that real quick. Contact, I assume. Oh, he just went wide, spun around, and it was a little contact. Comes back on track and narrowly misses Tennant. That was scary. Back to Hopkins as he's gonna finish his lap. Congratulations. Solid lap. Kept it together the last lap, and a really, really solid race as well. coming in to claim the checkered flag right there. Caballero, also great showing. P2, best result for him. And Statis in P3. So I'm gonna grab the guys for an interview in just a moment. Gonna get on the voice. Statis and Hopkins. Hello, Dimitri.
Mister.
Let's see who we have. Hugo Caballero is not on. All right, I think Bruce, do we have you there?
Yes, I hear you.
Hey. So yeah, let's start with Dimitri here. I mean, you had a super strong race. You were P2 in the last race, and now you did a P3. So.
Yeah, thanks to a few mishaps in front of me, and apparently there was a kerfuffle in the pits or right before the pits. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but a lot of the people in front of me took themselves out of the race. I managed to keep it straight. I had a couple of seconds of damage, but I decided not to fix it, and I was able to get in front of Jeremy, who had passed me at some point, did the undercut, and that kind of benefited me. But yeah.
Yeah, and I think you had a really, really good pit stop as well. I think you jumped someone in the pits, actually.
I jumped Jeremy.
Yeah.
Jeremy and Robert was right behind me, and he was catching up. I made a couple of little mistakes there, and they were Jeremy passed me, and Robert was right behind me. So I said, you know what? Let me just get into the pits, and decided not to fix my 2 seconds of damage, and that helped me.
Yeah, that's a good move sometimes. If you feel that your lap times are where they're supposed to be, I mean, why not? Why not just run it? So Bruce, congratulations, P1 there, and you had talked to us about the start.
Meaning that everyone kind of forgets after just finishing quali how your cold tires are a lot different on the mountain. And I don't know if you saw me, I took it really slow and easy because I didn't want to hit anything. And I know you slide towards the, you outlap out of your pits too. You just kind of slide a little bit more into those walls when you got the cold tires. They really grip up so much better when warm. And I think we just tend to forget that on lap one, and you just can't here.
Yeah, and I think you had a pretty bad start, right? I mean, Don just jumped in ahead of you.
Yeah, he had a really good start, went around the outside, and I wasn't going to try to fight for it. It's a long race, and it was kind of nice just following him through the mountain, and he was just kind of setting a pace. All I had to do was keep up with that, versus if you're out in the lead, you're trying to push, and you may make more mistakes there. It worked for me. It did. I didn't expect him to spin on the dipper just before we were going to the pits. We were actually talking, and we were both out of fuel and pitting on the same lap, and he just kind of looped it a little bit just coming down on the dipper there. And fortunately I wasn't right behind him, was able to drive behind the back of his car.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see with the points here, because Radislav did not have a good race at all, so he's way in the back. So I think Don, I think he's going to have enough points actually to clinch the P1 right now, and you're going to climb as well. So we'll see.
I've missed a few races and everything. And I'd like to say congratulations to Hugo. He was just awesome behind me the whole race. First it was him and Ollie chasing me in that first stint, and I could not let off. And then the second stint, it was him and Dimitri that were chasing me and would not let up. Also, kudos goes out to Dimitri. In the qualifying lap, I was on a flyer and catching him fast, and I just told him, hey, I'm going to be right on your bumper here at the finish. And he actually he abandoned his lap to let me go through. And that I got the pole based on that. So thank you very much, Dimitri.
That's great.
My pleasure.
Yeah, Caballero had a really great showing today. I think this is his best
He did.
in the championship so far. So
He must have had a little bit of damage because he was way ahead of me, and when he came out of the pits, he was right in front of me, and I was catching up to him. But then when his tires warmed up, then he just kind of maintained a good pace and stayed ahead of me by a couple of seconds. And I was trying to catch, but then I was making mistakes. So I said, you know what, I'll just kind of cruise. Robert was maintaining a bit of a distance from me, so I figured, okay, I'm not going to risk trying to go for second base.
Yeah, and also shout out to Daniel Britos. He got disconnected. I mean, he qualified P3 and got disconnected, so he was devastated.
Yeah.
So poor guy. That's too
Yeah,
bad.
he was on voice chat with us, and it's just like he disappeared on the grid, and it's like, man, you're P3.
Yeah.
He did really well. Yeah,
absolutely.
kudos to Danny for that.
All right, so
Well, thanks
congratulations.
for all of yours. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
like and
Come back
subscribe.
for next week for the finale.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. And next we have Group 1. So
Good luck, Group
see you
1,
later.
guys.
Yeah, good luck. Thank you, Krister.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, Krister.
So that's the end of the broadcast for Group 2. We're setting up for Group 1. That's going to start in about 40 minutes. So catch us on the next race. In 40 minutes, eSeniors signing off.